So the next transit of the moon is, of course, when it meets Mars. As you can see on the chart here, I've circled around this conjunction. It's in Virgo, 7 degrees and 13 minutes exactly. And that's going to occur on the 30th of June at 1 in the morning. Universal time. So if you live in the United States, for example, it will still be the 29th of June during the night. You see, this conjunction is quite harmonious. There is a positive link here with the Sun and Jupiter. And the Sun and Jupiter are cohabiting quite well. They're collaborating with one another. The Sun is life. It is the giver of life. And Jupiter allows for growth. So you plant a seed and then you water the soil, or you put some fertilizer, and it will, eventually give birth to a nice plant or vegetables or whatever. So this conjunction is interesting because it indicates that we can progress. And it may affect much more, of course, people born under this sign, which is Cancer, because it occurs in this sign. But we all have something in Cancer, whether a planet, an element, or a house. And that's where this positive energy is going to act. It will deliver something very positive, very beneficial, if you act accordingly. And on that particular day and time, well, it's a bit early, but still, the energy is going to perdure for quite a while. Actually, the energy of the moon is going to be very strong as soon as it enters in Virgo. And here it is at 7 degrees, so that means that 14 hours before, approximately, the moon is in Virgo already. And already it has an influence on the energy of Mars. It triggers the energy of Mars. So it triggers our need to act and react in a positive manner, if possible. There is a discordance with Uranus, but it is a false aspect, and in my opinion, it's very wide for a false aspect. The reason I say it's a false aspect is because Taurus and Virgo are two earth signs, and fundamentally, signs belonging to the same element are, by definition, compatible and complementary. So that means that the false aspect may be actually considered as such, but may actually be a positive one. So the change is represented by Uranus, and that energy of Mars may make the change quite drastic, maybe scary. Of course, any drastic change is destabilizing, but this configuration hides what and how much good the change can bring to you. Your mission, if I can call it that, will be to recognize the good that this change, represented by Uranus, may bring into your life. Because if you recognize it, you will act accordingly to make sure that it is the positive results, the positive repercussions that you receive, and not the contrary, of course. So it is an important configuration. And I like hidden aspects because they're always hiding something. So you may have a very beautiful aspect, but if it is a false aspect, it may hide something that is not as beautiful at all. But in this case, it is not such a beautiful aspect if you consider it from a purely astrological point of view. But it hides the positive energy flowing from Taurus to Virgo, and vice versa. Two earth signs that will allow you to make the change concrete and to bring concrete positive results in your life that may last forever. Because once again, Uranus is a very slow planet, and this position and then the transit in Gemini is something that will not happen before the next 84 years. So think about it and make sure that you take advantage of this configuration. Now, the other aspects with the Black Moon and Vesta, with the Sun and Jupiter, allow more positive action, more positive and quick reactions. Reflexes, good reflexes are represented by Mars. There are two in conjuncts, one with Pluto and the other one with Saturn, Neptune. That means hesitation. So our ability to act is better. We know it, we can feel it, we have even perhaps witnessed that we were much more efficient at reacting, better reflexes and so on. But we still don't trust ourselves enough to really accept what Pluto represents. Let go. Let go of what? I don't know. But there is some sort of sacrifice represented by Pluto. And accepting this sacrifice will lift the influence of the inconjunct, which is actually an ambiguous type of configuration. It indicates procrastination. So you know what needs to be done, you know what needs to be abandoned, destroyed perhaps, finished, but you will tell yourself, I'll have a look at it tomorrow. Fair enough, it's your choice. And the other one, with Saturn and Neptune, this one here, is of course also relevant of what dream and reality represent. Okay, we are all allowed to dream, to hope, and to have idealistic types of expectations from life. But we also need to be rational about that so that we can obtain rational, at least concrete results. So that's once again something that may bring about doubt. We doubt our own feelings and intuition or inspiration. And if that's the case, we won't act. We will wait and see. Fair enough. It's for you to choose. But it may not be the right move after all. And it may take quite a while before you, realize that it was not the right move. When the moon reaches Pluto, first of all, and that will be about what I've said about Pluto, and of course when the moon reaches Saturn and Neptune, some weeks later, but not very far from that day, 30th of June, 1 in the morning, 29th of June. And it's going to have an influence during the whole day, that's for sure. The next transit of the moon reaches the north and south lunar node. First, the south lunar node, because it's going to conjunct it, but it will trigger the energy of the north one. I will talk about that in the next short video that I will put online very soon for you. So let's wait and see, but make sure that you take advantage of the energy of Mars, because if you need to take action, that will be the day to do it, for sure. Thank you. See you soon.